What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kairos Culture. My name is Armond, Wake Up. Follow me on Twitter at Armond, Wake Up. ARMOND, Wake Up, all one word. And I'm being a really good friend to you.
Are you?
I just want you to know that, yes.
Okay.
So I just finished doing my podcast, Clock Radio Speakers. Just did a whole 2-hour episode. Mm-hmm. And then because you're leaving this weekend, I want to help you out because you got some stuff going on this weekend.
So sweet. Thank you so much. What an honor.
I know, right?
What an honor that you took this time.
Okay, so this very sarcastic person that is to my left is Tiffany Campbell, author. Wait, who are you? You describe yourself. What do you do? Why are you here?
Well, that's a tough question sometimes. I don't know how to talk about myself. So, I am an author, entrepreneur. I own my own publishing company that I started last year so I could publish all my books under myself and anything else that I write. Aspiring director, playwright, all that stuff, screenwrite.
Word.
All that good stuff.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do today is you have a book out called Don't Disconnect, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this weekend you can get it for
free $99.
Where?
On Amazon.com. Just the Kindle version though. You can download it completely free. It's gonna be just for 24 hours only. So from Friday, from whatever time I announce it, to 24 hours from that time.
And where will you announce it at?
It's gonna be on all my social media platforms, so you can follow me at Written by Tiff, Facebook, Tiffany Campbell, everything, Twitter.
Okay.
All Written by Tiff.
Bet. Okay, so the reason why I wanted to talk to you today is now, well, tell us about your book. We're not doing that. What I want to do is I want to talk to you about influence.
Okay.
Because one thing that I noticed about you, and you and I, when was your book release? Was that January?
No, that was December. That was December 10th.
Okay, oh, you got the whole date. Okay, so
yeah,
December.
I remember the dates of my book signings.
Okay, no, dope. So we weren't really, we were cool. We didn't really know each other like that. Yeah. So you asked me to perform at the event. Shout out to Chauncey Johnson and Jonathan Baker. And
Bria Taylor.
Bria, shout out to Bria, yep. And then Shavana with her.
Yes.
Her piece. So one thing I noticed immediately is that you packed the venue out.
Yeah.
And gracefully. And I think I think we had a conversation following that about influence, because you don't carry yourself like somebody who has influence, and the people who were in that room were all walks of life. So you had young, you had old, you had white, you had black, you had tall, you had short, you had everybody. Mm-hmm. And so you're very unassuming with your influence. Now at the time, would you say that you had influence, or is your influence different? How did you know you were gonna pack it out like that?
No, I was just hoping I would. I mean, I always get nervous anytime I plan an event or anything like that, because you never know who's gonna come.
Right.
You can't even imagine how many more people told me they would be there that weren't there.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there, bro.
Yeah, so you never know if it's gonna be 2 people or it's gonna be a lot.
Right.
So I was thankful for that. So no, but I didn't know that it was gonna be as full as it was. But I was grateful for it.
So, I guess so even with you not knowing that, or you not knowing if it was going to be packed out like that, do you know that you have influence? Is that something that you kind of walk in?
Not really, no.
And why?
I've never walked in that because I've always looked at myself, not necessarily a follower, but I just always kind of did my own thing and never really felt like I stood out enough for people to pay attention enough to what I'm doing and all those type of things. I feel like a lot of people that I have influence over don't tell me, or they don't make it known, they don't like any of my posts, but you'll be surprised at just when I'm out in public, how many people say oh, I saw that on Facebook, I really know what you're doing and it's so exciting and blah blah blah. So I'm you never liked the picture. I don't even think we're friends on there. I'll just get stuff like that all the time. So you just never really know who's watching.
Absolutely. So how would you define influence?
I define influence just by being a trendsetter, or anything you do, people are paying attention, or, just because you buy this drink, other people want to buy it and try it because you bought it.
Right.
So I think just having, hard to describe influence without using the word influence.
Right.
Like just having a powerful, yeah, but I want to say powerful influence.
You have the ability to sway.
Yeah.
Without being manipulative.
Yeah.
People trust you.
Yeah. Just from whatever you present, I guess. And they trust that or they relate to that. So I think ever since I've been more transparent or more open, it's about my life and things like that. I think people, they relate to that. They relate to that story. I seem human, I guess you could say, like,
so,
like.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, that was it.
Okay, so do you, like, so was that day was it a turning point for you where you were like, oh shoot, like maybe people do actually care about what I have to say, what I'm doing, and etc.
I think it was a turning point because my message was different. Because I've had a book signing before that turned out really well as well. And, it was still a full venue, but my message was different. I feel like at that time it was just new and I didn't really know what I was doing. But then with Don't Disconnect, I have a completely different message. So I was extremely nervous just about putting that out there with, the people that I do influence that, of course, like, no, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, but to like that extent to where like I'm praying for people and, like it's really about God. Like I was really nervous with that.
Okay. And so, because that can be a turn off.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't know people, like, once they realized what it was, that they were going to get up and leave.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Of course, come to support me and they want to buy a book and see what's going on, or because they didn't make the last one. But then when you're like, no, this whole thing is about Jesus and it's about you.
Yeah, right. It's about your soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess from that day, because you talked about, what you present, like, did that sort of create sort of a turning point in your mind where you were like, now I have to figure out and steward how I present myself, what I say in public, what I do in public, etc.
Definitely. I wanted it to be authentic and genuine. And not to say I wasn't genuine before, but sometimes, like, when you really not even feeling Jesus that day, like, you want to make a post about Jesus because that's what you represent.
Yeah.
But, really in your heart, like, that's not even where your mind is at.
Yeah.
And so I knew it had to be more real than it was. Like, I had to get my relationship together because at that moment I realized there's a lot of souls attached to me and what I present and what I give off, and that people are going to watch what I do more than anything that I say.
Yeah.
So I had to get a lot more serious about my walk with Christ and to be for real about it.
So did you do anything, like, in particular because people always say, I'm trying to get my life together. So, like, did you actually do something, or did you just talk about it?
At first I talked about it.
Okay.
But then I did something. I got off social media for 90 days. So that started in January. My first day back was literally yesterday. So that was different. That was very different because I was so used to social media kind of being the distraction from really, like, getting, like, things in order. And I felt like whatever I was posting was all over the place. Like, I didn't have one consistent message or one consistent voice. And I wanted the voice to be God's and not mine. So really, like, taking the time to get my heart right. I felt like it was in all the wrong places, like, for all the wrong reasons. So
what did you learn, like, in your time away from social media?
I learned one of the biggest things that God revealed to me is that He cares more about souls than money. So that was, like, really big because, like, what I was doing everything for was, like, for the money, for the success, to be able to walk off my job. Like, everything was about me. And He kind of had to sit me down, like, would you be okay if I had you write this book for just one person? Like, do you care about the one?
People say that.
Yeah. But, like, do you really care about the one? Like, if not one other person bought this book and cared, like, but you saved one life, would that be enough for you? Because that's what He considered success. Yeah. So I had to redefine that and take myself off the throne and be like, listen, as quick as He gave me this gift, as quick as He can take it away. Like, and I'm left with nothing at that point.
Right. So what did you notice when you came back to social media? Like, because I'm sure while you was gone, you was like, let me just check my Twitter one time.
I know.
I just took this fire picture. Let me just put it on Instagram one time. And be good.
The biggest thing I noticed is that I changed, but social media didn't.
At all.
It didn't change at all. It was still the same topics, same pictures, same people doing the same things, complaining about the same things.
Yep.
Like, everything was like, it was like I never left, almost. You know, maybe some features had changed, so I had to like relearn how to use a couple apps, but other than that, like, everything was still the exact same. And it was like, wow, like, I view this totally different now than I did before. So it makes me more like wanting to get off. I think like yesterday, my first day back, I was on a lot because I felt like I missed so much in people's lives. Like, there's babies that were born, you know, marriages that happened, engagements that happened, like so much. So I was just really just trying to catch up with, you know, everyone that I don't really speak to regularly. But that was about it. Okay,
because I was gonna say, like, so did that make you feel a way that you had to like find out about babies and engagements and marriages on social media versus people actually reaching out to you?
A little bit. Like, certain people did reach out to me personally, you know, because most people did like have my number. So it'd be maybe like 2 months in, like I really started getting hit up like, yo, like, where are you at? What's good? Or, you know, sometimes certain people don't even notice that you left till you come back.
Right.
For real. Like, wow, like, you really have been gone for a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it made me feel some type of way, but then it didn't, because it wasn't like I was checking in with them either.
Right. True. Good point. So, just now your new perspective of social media and everything that the Lord, like, dealt with you regarding while you were gone, is that now, like, affect your influence and how you perceive people and the souls that you said were attached to you?
Mm-hmm. It affects it a lot. Like, I want to be very careful with it now. Mm-hmm. Like, versus when before I was really careless, you know, not really thinking about what I say and what I do affects people or where they see me at. You know, like, I have to be mindful of all those things. Like, especially when you have His name attached to your life, like, they're going to be checking everything. Like, I can't go to the spots I used to go to get wings anymore because if somebody see me there, they could get the wrong impression or the wrong idea. Like, or, you know, certain places I can't go or certain things I can't do with people anymore. Like, you just become mindful of everything because you don't want the wrong thing to set somebody off or to turn someone off. Or to think that it's okay. Like.
So, are you more comfortable now with your influence? Like, do you, because when most people talk about influence or think of influence, you think of politicians, pastors, athletes, artists. You kind of aren't fake artists. I just use fake with Tiffany all the time because that's my homie. So you're an artist. People in these positions that are even physically postured higher than other people. Like, people talk about like sort of the mental mind games that churches present because the pastor preaches up here and the congregation is down here. So we think of those things as influence, but you are just regular you, go to work you, got your own, got stuff that you want to pursue. But for whatever reason, the Lord saw fit to actually give you influence in a really interesting demographic of people. So, like, now that you're mindful of that, what are you going to do now to sort of like steward that and, you know, present yourself, I guess?
I don't know. It's been hard already. Like, there's times like when I want to post something, I want to say something, I'm like, no, I shouldn't say that. Like, now I'm more conscious and aware of what I'm saying and what I'm doing, so it doesn't make it seem like as free. So I think I'm still trying to find my rhythm with it, you know, because before I just used to say the first thing that would come to my mind or whatever, and it's like, that's not always the best thing.
Sure.
So it has me rethinking like a lot, and I think a good practice that I'm gonna put into play is really praying before I post. I never used to do that before. You know, I never used to ask God like, yo, what do you think about this that I'm about to say, or, you know, is this too much? Like, now I have to be lighter with things, and I can't be so heavy, or I can't really speak out of my own heart. Like, I have to really yield it more so. So for me, it's like a lot more pressure because I don't want to mess up, and you know, I don't want to revert back to where I have to get off social media for another 3 months. Like, So I don't know, it's hard. Like, how do you deal with that?
Number one, I always say things that I would say in public. If I was in a room full of people, would I say the same thing? Because sometimes people can get really reckless, and I know I've been like that too. You know, you go back to my 2010, 2011 post, good Lord. I was just spouting the first thing that came to mind. Yeah. Even fighting the influence, seeing that I had influence and being like, considering myself. And so I would say something to sabotage the influence. But now that the Lord has helped me embrace it, it's like, number one, if I had a gun to my head, what I still say is, do I really believe strongly about this? Can I defend it? Because, you know, you say different things in certain spaces. You know, Facebook, they love to debate. You know what I'm saying? Twitter is more for the moment, and then Instagram is more for the visual. And I kind of got called out for being different things in different spaces. That's right. And so, you know, if I get on Facebook and I say something, can I defend that? Can I defend my faith, essentially, as the Bible says? And like, and then the third thing is, I don't have to respond to everything. You know, one thing, social media, every award show, every single event on TV, every time something happens, everybody has to immediately respond. You know, Kendrick Lamar's album just came out, and people already had hot takes on it 30 minutes after it came out. Yeah. And I'm just like, I need to sit down, so much so that I would get headaches, you know, just from the hot takes. You know, something happens, another kid gets killed by the police. Do I have to respond and say Black Lives Matter again? Yeah. Like, nah, you know, and it's posturing yourself in a way, knowing that what you're gonna say, people are gonna feel it. People aren't always gonna respond as you said, but they will see you in public and say, yo, X, Y, and Z, and just being mindful of that, because you never know. I've gotten text messages and tweets where I'm out, I have my hoodie on, or even times where I'm creeping doing stuff I ain't supposed to be doing, and I get a text, be like, yo, I see you, why you down here? Why you on High Street? What's going on with this? And you're like...
So, about that point though, with people not necessarily responding like on your posts, like why do you think that is? Like, but you know, they don't mind saying it in public, like do they think it matters more in that context?
Yeah, I think so. I think like, I do that. I have people whose social media profiles I admire. I have people who do like fashion stuff, and I think they're super dope. But like, I won't like any of their pictures.
Why though?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But that's just how people are. People are just like, they like to watch you, and then even as a man, I can't be like, yo, bro, I like your Instagram. Like, it's just kind of weird for guys.
But why can't you just like a picture?
I don't know.
It's a little flame emoji.
Now, I'll leave a comment. Like, yo, that's dope. And I've been trying to, because it's stupid, I've been making more of an effort to actually say something, because if the roles were switched, if I put my single out or I put something out, I would want people to say something. Besides a like that.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
like,
tell me why.
Something.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
because you never know what people are thinking when they like a photo.
At all.
Sometimes they can be doing it on accident. Yeah. And you never know. Or like why somebody purposely, like I'll have people who will comment on my pictures but won't like it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's stupid. You should just go ahead and do both.
Do both.
But I mean, you like it and don't comment on it. You can have 200 likes and 10 comments.
Man, that's real.
But like social media,
like you can't win.
This is why I think social media is so stupid, because like people will just drop a link to their SoundCloud, like check out my single. Yeah. But like in public, if I was to just like walk by you and just hand you my CD and walk off, not even explaining myself, hey, my name is so and so, this is my CD, I appreciate it if you checked it out. Yeah. Like, if you give me that spiel, I'm probably still not gonna listen to it.
It'd be one of those tweets I would scroll past. Like, act like I don't understand.
Exactly, but people have different etiquette online versus in real life. That makes no sense. There has to be a leveling, but to keep it real, it probably never will be.
It probably won't. But I'm like, you don't even know if you're gonna see me in real life.
Right.
Like, and if you see me, you don't have to talk about my book stuff.
But people almost feel like they have to.
Why?
You don't smell like they have to. Like, yeah, so you right, go through it. I
Yeah.
mean,
because then sometimes like I don't have nothing to say back. It's like I don't see you at all. So
right? Who are you, strange
Yeah.
person? And they almost treat you like they know your whole life, but they just know snapshots. They know what you post, but they don't know you. So then they, you know, I've had people ask me about my kids, and I'm like, hold up, why are you asking about my kids? But
that's true.
I leave landmarks of my kid's life. I post that on social media, so I kind of have to accept that. So yeah, so for you, I guess I would just say, yeah, just be cautious. And I think it's just like learning how to ride a bike, or not even learn how to ride a bike, maybe learning how to ride like a motorbike or a moped or something like that. Like you kind of know the essentials of it, but it works a little bit different now. Yeah. Because you have a greater sense of the Holy Spirit. So I would just kind of navigate that slowly. So so to wrap up, you have Don't Disconnect for free on Amazon this weekend, right?
Yes, starting Friday. So I think the date is May 5th.
May 5th, because that's when Sweeter comes out.
Yes. Yes. Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Okay, so this video will probably be out on either Thursday or Saturday. I don't know yet. We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
Figure that out. Okay, so for Cinco de Mayo weekend, you can go to Amazon, search Tiffany Campbell.
Yes.
And get your book.
Don't Disconnect. Like, you won't regret it. It's free. Like, the only thing I ask for anybody that gets it free is to leave a review.
Okay.
Definitely read it. I mean, if it's free, like, you might as well. Leave a review and then tell somebody else about it. Like, it won't be free by the time you tell somebody else, but because it was that good, like, you want someone else to know. So I really wanted to spread, like, wow.
Okay. So, so the last question I have is, if somebody, because I'm old, so I don't like buying MP3s. So for those of us who are old and maybe we read the Kindle and we love it so much that we actually want to buy a physical copy of the book, where can they do that at?
You can do it also on Amazon, but I would prefer you go to just buytiffanycampbell.com. That is my website.
What's the website again?
B-Y.
Okay.
tiffanycampbell.com/shop. And it'll just take you straight to the page where you can order the book. You get a special thing from me when I mail it out. So it's better. It's more personal. I'll sign it, everything.
Did you sign my book?
Yeah. So you see, I haven't opened it yet.
I opened it a long time ago. I read it a long time ago.
Yet.
Shut up. Don't throw me under the bus on my own channel. All right, on that note, we're going to get out of here. So, Tiffany, thank you.
No, I don't want to go yet. Let's stay.
We're not going to watch a 40-minute video. So, written by Tiff.
Written by Tiff on all platforms, yes.
Okay.
Tiffany Campbell on Facebook. I don't really have a whole lot of room for friends, though, so just add me on everything.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get out of here. My name is Armond, WakeUp, and this is Kairos Culture. See y'all next time.